Hi guys, my name is Nugariwa Mushai, and let's talk about our African leaders and what they have shown us. Ũmũthĩ tũrarĩrĩria ũhoro wa president wakuire warĩ mũru mũno mũno wa Zaire. Etagwo rĩrĩ, I have my notes here, so when you see me looking like this, mumenye ni notes nyandĩkĩte. His name was MobutuSeseko Kukubendu Wazavanga. He was born on the 14th of October 1930 and died on the 7th September 1997. He was a Congolese politician and a military officer, and he took as the second president between 1971 and 1997 of DRC. Mobutu installed a government that arranged for Patrice Lumumba's death, kana execution, in 1961 and took over the lead after the second coup in 1965. He had tried 2 times to overthrow the government. He had 2 spouses and 16 children. Very interesting man. He also established a popular movement of the revolution as the sole legal political party in 1997, changed Congo's name to Zaire in 1971, and his own name, to MobutuSeseko, in 1972. He built close ties with South Africa, apartheid South Africa, Israel, and Greek. Mobutu was notorious, for corruption and nepotism. His personal wealth ranged from 50 million bucks, $50 million to $5 billion. But through the economic exploitation and corruption as a president, ahotire kuacquire indo ici ciothe ni undu wa ungumania. Zaire suffered from uncontrolled inflation, large debt, and massive currency devaluations. Kodo ati uici uyu wa Mobutu wa kwigwatira indo cia muingi na state capital ugikinya handu ati andu marakua na ni kuhuta, we agiaka nyumba cia dhahabu. Enyewe. He was very extravagant, shopping in Paris via supersonic Concorde aircraft. It has to be a very expensive aircraft, I believe. In 1990, economic deterioration and unrest forced Mobutu into a collision with political opponents and allowed multipartyism. Remember, by the way, Mobutu niwe wari it was a one-man show. He wanted to do everything, and he wanted to be in control, and he wanted to be praised, even worshipped rather. Edaga niwe gai, you know. In 1997, Kabila overran the country and forced him into exile. Suffering from advanced prostate cancer, he died 3 months later in Morocco at the age of 66. Hold up. That was just, by the way, Morocco na kikuwa ni undu wa murimu wa prostate cancer. Mobutu was known for publicly executing political rivals mundu wothe wari against his reign. Successionists, coup plotters, and other threats to his rule. Many hanged before large audiences. Akina Kimba, former prime minister, and 3 cabinet ministers went to gallows on the 30th May before 50,000 people, spectators, in 1966. This man was ruthless. Pierre Mulele Lumumba's Minister of Education was a rebel leader who was tortured and killed While alive, his eyes were gouged out, his genitals ripped off, and his limbs, maguru make na moko, were amputated one by one. Heartless man. Mobutu reshuffled his cabinet ministers between 60 times between 1965 November and April 1997. He reshuffled his cabinet 60 times. Any member who was against MobutuSeseko, he was arrested, tortured, dissident members, only later to pardon them and reward them. Imagine, with a high office. Most public officials were regarded corrupt and inefficient, but allowed to re-enter government. Good conscience and effectiveness were major obstacles to political advancement. Higher. As early as 1970, Mobutu had stolen 60% of the national budget that year, marking him the most corrupt leader in Africa and globally. He tried severally to name himself as the president for life. He groomed his son to be president. His son was called Niwa. His first born son, who died from HIV and AIDS in 1994. He had many titles, like Father of the Nation, Messiah, Guide of Revolution, Healthman, Founder, Savior of the People, and Supreme Combatant. He built his political longevity on 3 pillars: violence, cunning, and the use of state funds to buy off his enemies. He was also named as an archetypal African dictator. He wanted and believed in his personal cult to be worshipped by the whole world. This man, MobutuSeseko, he owned a fleet of Mercedes-Benz vehicles and several palaces, while other people starved. Infrastructure collapsed, and his public servants were all corrupt. By the way, all this information, you can get it online, and they said that his public servants, his workers or members of parliament or whoever was in government, the more corrupt you are, the better you are, because you stood a chance. They never wanted authentic, straightforward people. They wanted the most corrupt in that government. He gained support from the West through IMF. I also read about his house. He had a house. Their palaces, by the way, not even one. They were all made of pure gold. And I thought to myself, let's talk about the African leaders. Let's see whether whatever we're going through as a country in Kenya, let's keep learning. Thank you so much.